I'm here to be an all-time great.
You're now rocking with the best.
Purple yellow, purple yellow, purple yellow, purple yellow.
The Lakers repeat back-to-back titles.
Welcome to the Big Baby Jonathan Sports Podcast.
Oh, he's smoking hot.
The latest Laker news.
Another great Showtime feed.
The greatest Lakers show.
This is going to be legendary for a long time.
This is the Big Baby Jonathan Sports Podcast.
Lakers all day.
Go Lakers!
What's good, everybody? It's Big Baby here from Big Baby Sports. Hit that like button, subscribe. I got John Ireland, Lakers play-by-play announcer, man. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy All-Star break, man, for coming on Big Baby Sports, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, my pleasure, Jonathan. How you been?
Doing good, man. Grinding, with
Good.
podcasting, work, and everything, man. So let's get right into it, man. Where were you when the Los Angeles Lakers acquired Luka Doncic?
So what's weird about that is I was on a bus coming back from Madison Square Garden. We had just beat the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
And Max Christie was on the same bus I was on. There's three buses after the games. You can jump on whichever one you want. Michael and I normally jump on the first one. For some reason, on this particular game, I was on the first bus. Michael was on the second bus. And I was complimenting Max on what a great game he played, and he did a great job defensively. And I thought it was one of his better games as a Laker. And Jonathan, by the time I got to my room, my phone started blowing up. And I thought, like most people, that it was fake, that Shams had been hacked. Or I just thought there's no way the Lakers, even for a player as great as Anthony Davis, could get a 25-year-old global superstar like Luka. But as we all know now, it wasn't fake. It was real, and it was off and running after that.
Yeah, most definitely, man. I was shocked. I was actually doing a live podcast on this channel talking about, I don't think the Lakers are going to make any trades. And I look at, as soon as I said, I don't think the Lakers are going to make any trades, bing, 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 look at my phone. I'm dreaming. Lakers just got Luka Doncic.
Wait a minute. You were on the air
Yes.
doing a pod when
Yes.
the trade went down?
Yes. And I looked at it. No, that am I dreaming? And then I went on my buddy Angry Lakers Fans channel to tell him he was juiced. We came back to my channel, and now we're here. And I feel like it's one of the craziest trade deadlines in NBA history. The way that it happened, it was kept very top secret. And you know what I mean? And how do you feel like it's going to impact LeBron's career moving forward with Luka Doncic on the Lakers now?
Well, I don't know how much longer LeBron was going to play, but this may help keep him around for much longer. The thing about LeBron, Jonathan, is he's doing things at his age that no NBA player has ever done. He's kind of broken the mold here. I may have mentioned this to you when I was on with you last year, that the record for most points in a season for a 40-year-old is held by Vince Carter. He averaged 8 points a game. LeBron is like 26, 9, and 8, putting up numbers like he did when he was 25. So I kind of had the feeling personally LeBron wasn't slowing down. And now that he has Luka to take some of the load off him, maybe we'll get an extra year or two out of him. It remains to be seen. But I no longer think this is his last year.
No.
I'm never really sure I did believe that. Other people suggested it, but I think he's playing like a guy that's going to hang around for a little while.
Yeah, I feel like he's going to play for a lot longer. With Luka Doncic being here, man, it brings us, European player, like his game, like his toughness. How many games do you think it's going to take Luka and LeBron to fit in with this new team that Luka has?
Probably longer than most people think. I mean, if you remember when LeBron went to Miami, Jonathan, with Wade and Bosh, that team eventually ended up going to 4 straight NBA finals. They started 9-8 after the first 17 games. We're 1-1 with Luka. And I don't think it'll all necessarily fall on the shoulders of LeBron and Luka. I think they'll figure it out. But we now don't have the defense we had before. Max was our best on-ball defender, and AD was our best overall defender. So we got to figure out the defense. I think that so I don't duck your question. I think we got to give them 15 games. After 15 games, I think maybe they figure it out. They've already played 2. I think maybe we give them the rest of this month and bleed into March a little bit. We have a big East Coast road trip that includes stops in Boston and Brooklyn and, places like that. So I think by the end of that trip, hopefully we'll have a pretty good handle on what this team is going to look like. But a lot of people are saying they're giving the Lakers a pass for this year. I'm not. I think they could do something this year. I just don't know what it's going to look like. Like if we score 130 points, is that going to be enough? Is the other team going to score 135? I think all these questions get answered in the next 10 to 15 games.
Yeah, 100%. 10 games. And also, Lakers have a back-to-back tomorrow versus Charlotte, Thursday. I heard Shan Sharami talking about LeBron may sit out the next 2 games. You know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting to see if that happens. You know, maybe let Luka run more offense when LeBron's not out there.
Well, the other thing, Jonathan, think about this.
Yeah.
If LeBron sits out both those games, do you want to play Luka in a back-to-back? I mean, he hasn't really played since Christmas. So it wouldn't be crazy to not play Luka in one of them either. We'll just have to wait and see, you know, how they look and how they play. If you remember when we played Charlotte last time, that was the Anthony Davis game where he just went off. So we don't have him this time. We'll see what it looks like. Maybe if we win the game tomorrow night at Crypto, then you can sit them both in Portland and see what happens. But because you want him for Denver. We're going to be in Denver on Saturday, and you want all hands on deck for that game. So I don't know anything. I haven't talked to anybody in the coaching staff about what their plans are. I wouldn't be shocked if you didn't see LeBron and Luka in both games of the back-to-back.
No, I wouldn't be surprised. LeBron, take your time. Luka, take your time. You know, we need you for the stretch run because I know we got Denver on Saturday, and I feel like Luka would be perfect to go against Denver. Luka goes off against Denver a lot, averaging like 27 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists versus Denver this year. So I'm really looking forward to that, and also looking forward to what's futures to come in. And because Dr. Buss goes all in too. He's a poker player. This would be a Dr. Buss move right here, going all in.
Right. And I think that what this does is it resets the Lakers for the post-LeBron era. You know, I don't know what this would have looked like if you would have just had Anthony Davis and you would have filled in around him. I'm not so sure that keeps you on top of the West. But Luke is one of the best 3 players in the world. And I think that when, like Rob Pelinka even said, he thought Nico Harrison was joking when he suggested that he could trade for Luka. And when Rob found out that they were able to get him, I think this sets the Lakers up for the next 10 years.
Man, most definitely 10 years, you know, because I know there was talk about, once LeBron leaves, Lakers are going to go downhill. And I even said this on my podcast, Lakers always get stars. They come and go, and we're going to get either a star and trade or free agency. Boom, we got Luka. So I'm excited for the future of the Lakers and Luka Doncic. Where does Luka and LeBron fit with the Shaq, Kobe, and Pau Gasol and Anthony Davis? How do you feel like they're going to be implemented with all the greats here?
Right, Jonathan, it's a great question, and I think they're right there. As a twosome, they're right there. I think they're the best twosome in the NBA now. I think that if you look at any 2 players on any other team, whether you want to go Tatum and Brown or whether you want to go Kyrie and AD, whether you want to go Harden and, and Kawhi when he's healthy, I'd rather have these 2 guys, Luka and LeBron, than anybody else. And there was a time when Luka and LeBron and AD were 2 of the top 5 players in the league. There was a time when Shaq and Kobe were 2 of the top 5 players in the league. And I think you can make the argument that they're back to that now. A lot of people don't look at LeBron as a top 5 player anymore, but I do. I think you can make the argument, Jonathan, that if you were picking all NBA right now, Jokic and Shea, SGA, are locks. Shea's one of the guards. Jokic is the center. I think you got to put Giannis in there at one of the forwards. And then it gets interesting. I would put Donovan Mitchell as the other guard because Cleveland's been so good this year. And it's either Jason Tatum or LeBron at that 5th spot. And so if LeBron's not first team All-NBA, if you want to put Tatum there, I have no problem with that. He's a great player. But LeBron would be second team for me at worst. And you can make an argument to put him on the first team. And then when Luka gets healthy and back to normal, he was first team 5 years in a row. So you could end up with 2 first team All-NBA players by next year. And at its worst case, maybe 2 guys, 1 guy in the first team, 1 guy in the second team, 2 guys on the second team. The question you asked is a good one, but they'll be right there where Shaq and Kobe were and where AD and LeBron were.
Yeah, those are great lists. But I was going to put Victor Wembanyama in there too because he's going to be coming up years to come. The way he's been playing this year, you got to put him in there in the future as well.
Right. Well, I think he's going to be first team All-NBA for 10 years.
Yeah, 10
I just
years.
don't know if he'll get in there this year on a team that may not make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But he's the future of the league,
Yeah.
Jonathan. He might be the first $1 billion athlete of our lifetime.
Yeah, he's a great player, great talent, man. And Spurs are going to be winning championships for years to come once they get pieces over there. They already got De'Aaron Fox, Victor
Right.
Wembanyama, so it's
Yeah, they're going to
interesting
be
to
really
see.
good.
Yeah. Also, too, do you think Anthony Davis deserves his jersey retired?
Yeah, I do. And let me say this too. I would be shocked, Jonathan. I can't speak for anybody else other than me,
Mm-hmm.
but I would be shocked if you hear anybody that works for the Lakers or who's affiliated with the Lakers that has anything bad to say about AD. He's just a great player. He's a great guy. He was a great teammate. I am stunned, almost beyond words, at the stuff that's coming out of Dallas about Luka. And now that they traded him, I just don't think you'd ever see that with the Lakers. I don't think Rob, or JJ, or any of the team, like Michael and Stu and Billy and I all work for the team, and even privately, you won't hear anyone say anything bad about AD ever. So not only do I think he should have his jersey retired, I think he should get a standing ovation every time he comes back to play with us, because he did everything we asked him to do and then some.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I feel like AD deserves a jersey retired the way he brought the Lakers back to championship form, hitting the game-winning shot versus Denver in the bubble. Just his presence out there on the court, you know what I mean? And the Olympic gold medalist as well. He's done so much accomplishments. I know it's one title. I understand that, but he still gets it, in my opinion. People in the comments, right? What do you guys think? Do you guys think Anthony Davis should put his jersey out there in LA? Put it in the comment section down below. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. JJ Redick, how do you feel like JJ Redick has been coaching so far this season?
Well, he's exceeded my expectations. I really didn't know what to expect. I think one of the smart things he did was he immediately, it's that old line, he knew what he didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
He knew that he had never been a head coach in the NBA. So the first thing he did was he hired Nate McMillan and he hired Scott Brooks. And those guys are perfect for what JJ needs, because JJ's a confident guy. He's kind of a basketball savant. He eats, sleeps, and breathes basketball. But he's been in game situations, Jonathan, that other people, you can't tell somebody what it's like to be in crunch time or to be in a game unless you've gone through it. And so, both those guys, Nate and Scott, are former NBA coaches of the year. They're smart. Scott kind of handles the rotations, the minutes, and Nate kind of concentrates on the defense. And the fact that the Lakers have gotten a little bit better, we're 10-3 in our last 13 games. The fact that we've gotten a little better as the season has gone on is a testament to JJ's kind of finding his footing. And I think he's going to be a really good coach. I think he's going to be, the only thing I worried about in the beginning was he's so competitive that I was worried if we lost a game. And every team in the league is going to lose games that they should win. And they're going to do stupid things. And I thought that might make JJ's head explode, but it didn't. And he seems to enjoy it. And I'm not in his meetings, but I am on his bus and in the plane, and I get to see a lot of him. And I think it was just a really good choice. I think he's going to get better at it. And I think he's going to, the coach of the year is clearly Kenny Atkinson in Cleveland.
Yeah.
But I think JJ's going to finish top 5.
Top 5. I agree. What I saw from this new coach, JJ Redick, I saw teams buying in to his schemes and defensive schemes. I know Scott Brooks and Nate McMillan are there too. I like those acquisitions, but what I saw last year with Darvin Ham, I didn't see players buying in. So I see it from last year, this year. Big improvement for JJ Redick, man. I'm really excited for the future with Luka and JJ in years to come, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, you should be. I think that they've got all the right pieces in place. They're just gonna, Mason, my radio partner, says it's like baking a cake. You gotta give the cake time to bake. You've got all the right ingredients, but they just got to learn to work together and play around each other, and I think they'll be good. Yeah,
they're going to be good years to come. And what did you think of the All-Star break? Like, there's backlash about it wasn't good this year. What did you think of the All-Stars festivities this year?
I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm a huge student of Saturday Night Live, so I watched all the SNL stuff and watched very little of the All-Star game. I went back and watched it after. I don't know if this is the solution. I think that the game is broken, the All-Star game. And the NBA is such a great league, and there's so many great players. I'd love to see him go back to East-West or even USA against the world. And USA against the world would be interesting, Jonathan, because the world has become so good.
Yeah.
So think about this. The world team, conceivably, could start Jokic, Wembanyama, Franz Wagner, SGA, and Jamal Murray. That's a pretty good team.
Yeah.
And they'd have a lot of good backups too. And so if you put that team out there against, LeBron and Tatum and all those dudes, I think it'd be a really fun game to watch. But I'm not sure what they did this past weekend is the solution. What do you think?
I didn't like it one bit. I just didn't seem like the players didn't like they want to be there. They looked to me, what I saw, disinterested. It looked like they didn't want to be there. All that tournament stuff, you play Team Charles Barkley, Team Shaq. It's like, go back to the old school, East versus West.
That's fine. Yeah.
Where's competitive? I just don't like. I didn't like it. They need to change it. I did hear something about the 1-on-1 tournament. Kyrie would be a big part of that 1-on-1 tournament. Kyrie, whoever plays Kyrie,
win it.
Yeah, he would.
That guy's got sick handles.
Yeah.
Well, I would favor Wemby because I don't know how you can stop him.
Yeah.
LeBron would go deep into that tournament. Jokic would go deep, but Kyrie's right there because he can score around big guys or small guys.
Yeah, most definitely. I just want to see the competitiveness. When Kobe was here on the All-Star, he played physical against LeBron. He dunked on Dwayne Wade. When Dwayne Wade hit him in the mouth, broke his nose, he took that personally. Next season, he dropped a bunch of points on Dwayne Wade that next season. I remember that. We were talking about that. So it's like I missed the competitive fire. Now it's just layup drills. No, I'm not gonna play defense. Go ahead and score. I don't care.
It's broken. I agree with you.
Same with the Pro Bowl in the NFL. It's not, and it's flag football at this point. It's basically 2 untouched. I missed the NFL Pro Bowl. It's physical and stuff. I get it, where no injuries, but it's like, come on, man. I missed the nature of All-Star games in the NBA and the NFL, man. I missed that competitive fire. 100%.
Yeah, you're right. And I think they'll continue. Adam Silver's a pretty progressive, smart man. I think he'll continue to kind of tinker with it, and they'll figure it out.
Most definitely, man. So give me your top restaurants when you travel on the road.
Wow, there are a lot of them. Well, it kind of depends if you want the nice restaurants or if you want the holes in the wall, the joints. Those are more fun.
The most best restaurants that you had.
I'll give you the fun ones.
Yeah, the fun ones.
There is a fried chicken place in Memphis called Gus's.
Mm-hmm.
They opened it in L.A., but to me, it doesn't taste the same. That place is outstanding. It's the best fried chicken I've ever had. It's really, really good. There's a couple of hole-in-the-wall places in New York that we like to go. There's a burger joint on West 57th that everybody kind of makes the trek to and goes to. There's a lot of places in Chicago's got a place called Giordano's that's a great pizza joint. Milwaukee's got a place called Real Chili where you go in and give them $10 and it's all the chili you can eat. So there's a place in Minnesota that J.D. Hoyt's that serves the best pork chop, Jonathan, that I've ever had in my life. And I'm a big pork chop guy. So it would be one of those places. It would be one of the hole-in-the-wall places.
Well, Stephen, what about Benihana? Benihana's a good spot, too.
Benihana, as you may or may not know, is my favorite restaurant, and I'm 60. So, there you go.
Yeah, Benihana's a good spot, man. But, yeah, man, one more final question. Yeah. What was your best memorable broadcasting moment in your career?
Probably Kobe's last game is the one. If I was going to put a game in a time capsule, that would be the one. Forgive me while I'm doing this. My wife is in Idaho, and she's trying to break into my Netflix account. So okay. That for me is the game that. And by the way, if you guys want to hear Michael and I call that game, one of our listeners, a guy named Kevin Smets, really good dude, went on YouTube and if you just type in John Ireland, Michael Thompson, Kobe's last game, you can hear us call the last quarter. And it was as crazy as I've ever gone on a game. We had a great time doing it. The place was packed. And that's the game I'll probably remember forever. So that would be the one. Yeah, that game was crazy. 60. I remember Shaq was like, score 50 points. Kobe's I ain't gonna score that much. Crazy. He ended up scoring 60. So it's like Kobe Bryant, man, one of the greatest Lakers of all time, man. We miss you. I know you would approve of this Luka trade. Luka and Kobe had that little Slovenian talk in Slovenian. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like, and they just made a mural of Luka and Kobe in LA. So it's like, I love that mural. I thought it came out great.
It did.
Yeah. So what's interesting about that game, though, is, I've covered 8 NBA finals, and that was a bad Lakers team that year. I think they won 25 games, maybe less. But that game was so fun and so memorable that I was talking to D'Angelo Russell about that game the other day. He just basically in the fourth quarter, if they gave him the ball, he could not get it to Kobe fast enough. And so that's the game I love to go back and watch. And occasionally we play it every year on 8/24 on August 24th. If it falls on a weekday, we'll take a segment of the radio show and play that just because it's fun to hear and go back. But that to me is my favorite game I've ever done.
Yeah, man, it's best game one of the best games Kobe performed, and then my favorite of all time is beating the Celtics in 2010, where Kobe jumped up on the score table number 5. Let's go. That was one of my favorites, man.
Well, the amazing thing about that is Kobe finished 6 for 24 in that game. One of the worst games of his career, but with the game on the line in the fourth quarter, he showed up.
Yep, just like Shaq says, make it when it counts. What I mean? Make it when it counts, man. But John Ireland, man, thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule, man. Have a great game tomorrow with play-by-play. Looking forward to it.
Anytime, Jonathan. Have a great day, man. Keep it up.
Appreciate it.